welcome our mayor, Buddy Dyer.
Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome you to the June 4th, 2012 regularly scheduled meeting of the Orlando City Council. We're going to begin today's proceeding with the invocation offered today by Thomas A. Zender, immediate past president of the Orange County Bar Association and a former law partner of our city council, city attorney. Sorry. Could be city council as well, I guess. Two meanings. The Orange County Bar Association is a 3,100-member voluntary association and is recognized nationally as one of the best bar associations in the entire country. Tom is a shareholder with King, Blackwell, Zender, and Warmoth and practiced as a commercial litigator in Orlando since he graduated with honors from the University of Florida College of Law in 1995. Go Gators. Yeah. Throughout his legal career, Mr. Zender has been active in leadership positions and recognized by his peers for his work. In 2006, he received the Orange County Bar Association's highest honor, awarded to a young lawyer, the Lawrence G. Matthews Jr. Young Lawyer Professionalism Award. And in 2004, he was recognized for his commitment to pro bono service when he received the Florida Bar Young Lawyers Division Pro Bono Award. After the invocation, we will have the Pledge of Allegiance led today by District 6 Commissioner Sam Ings. Would you all please join me and stand?
Thank you, Mayor Dyer. Please join me in prayer. Gracious God and Heavenly Father, we thank you for the gift of life and for the many blessings you have bestowed on our community. We ask you for your special blessing on this day, for our mayor, for our city commissioners, for our city attorney and city clerk, and for all our leaders here in the City Beautiful. Grant them wisdom, Lord, as they endeavor to meet the needs of our citizens, and give them your peace which passes all human understanding, as they govern together in these challenging times. Grant them the strength to empower the powerless, to give voice to those who would otherwise be kept silent, and to defend the defenseless. And finally, Lord, grant all of us a spirit of unity, so that we may continue to work together in harmony for the common good, and embrace the truth that our diversity unites us rather than divides us. For these things we humbly pray in your holy name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's call the meeting to order. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll and make a determination of a quorum, please?
Commissioner Gray?
Here.
Commissioner Ortiz?
Here.
Commissioner Stewart?
Here.
Commissioner Sheehan? Here. Commissioner Lynham? Here. Commissioner Ings?
Here.
Mayor Dyer?
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Let's start the official proceedings by welcoming our newest district commissioner. Commissioner Gray is joining the council today for his first council meeting and was sworn in and had the opportunity to give the first remarks at our swearing-in ceremony last Friday. So I would like to welcome you, Commissioner Gray.
Thank you.
And likewise, congratulations to Commissioner Ortiz, Commissioner Sheehan, and Commissioner Ings on being sworn in for another 4 years and keeping their remarks somewhat brief during the ceremony that allowed us to finish in under an hour. So we had a nice swearing-in ceremony last Friday. With that, let's move to consideration of minutes from the May 7th, 2012 workshop, agenda review, and city council meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Stewart. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, so the motion carries. Awards, presentations, and recognitions. Lisa, can you come up and do the first one?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Commissioners. Many of you know that the old Armory building, located at the corner of Livingston and Paramore, now known as our beloved Orlando Downtown Recreation Center, was in dire need of a facelift some time ago. And thanks to Color Wheel Paint, represented here today by Aaron Holmes, as well as Braven Painting, Power 95.3, represented here today by Jeff Davis and Keith Memley, and WFTV, represented here today by Jennifer, yes? That facelift happened on March 10th. And in collaboration with Keep Orlando Beautiful and about 250 volunteers, the entire exterior of the facility, including the adjacent handball courts, as well as all of the wonderful Art Deco geometric molding along the whole exterior of the building, were completely repainted in an event entitled Refresh Orlando. So we're going to take a look at how they did it on the screens. If everybody take a look at the screens and hit it, Ed.
Well, we're out at another great community event being supported by 95.3, Color Wheel and Braven Painting. We're repainting the downtown rec center today.
Color Wheel is proud to be out here in the community. We were founded in Orlando in 1960, and so we're here at the Downtown Rec Center today to repaint, refresh, and re-inspire Orlando. We're painting up the Downtown Rec Center. We're calling it Refresh Orlando. Color Wheel Paint donated all the paint, and Braven Painting donated all the professional services. So what the volunteers are doing today is painting the lower portions of the building and a lot of the trim, and then Braven will return on Monday to finish the job, and we'll have a fresh new rec center.
What we did is we prepped all the building, and when this day finish on Monday and on, we're going to just finish the building.
Yeah, basically we're donating the paint, the roller covers, brushes, and some volunteers from Color Wheel to help out.
I'm here with Lake Howell Junior Civitan, and we are a volunteer organization within our school. We help out in our local community, and today we're helping Refresh Orlando paint the rec center, and we're here with all of our members.
This is my first time doing this type of event, and I'm really excited about doing it. As you can tell by all the paint that I have all over me, that I'm really excited about participating in this event and just giving back to the community.
Well, we're raking up the leaves to clean up the area, as well as to use the leaves as compost and other things that the city does with the mulch that they get from this.
The challenges I've had with painting out here is that, I'm 6'2", so, everyone wants me to go ahead and reach the high parts. There's a lot more high places to do than low places, so I got my work cut out for me, you know what I'm saying? I'll see you later.
We've been having an incredible time. My challenge is just trying to reach. I can't reach anything. And then another challenge is the fact that Obi already got paint in his hair. Can you see it?
Between Color Wheel, Braven Painting, the mayor, and everybody who's been involved, I hope that this continues, not with just this building, but the other buildings downtown that need this help. So
yeah, totally refreshing Orlando in general. So we're excited.
All right, thank you very much. So with that, I am first going to ask our Recreation Division Manager, Mr. Rodney Williams, and his staff from the Downtown Recreation Center, who love that building every single day and do such a great job there, as well as Jody Buyas from Keep Orlando Beautiful and Jan Rayhill from Green Up Orlando, who are very involved in this entire project, to come up here and join me and join the Orlando City Council and the citizens of Orlando in thanking Color Wheel, Braven, WFTV, and Power 95.3 for this extraordinary act of volunteerism and civic responsibility. So Aaron, Jeff, Keith, and Jennifer, please come up and join us in the front for this honor.
Thank you so much.
I was going to say, Mayor, you might want to stay down there.
Commissioner Ortiz, I believe you have the second presentation or recognition.
Mayor, Commissioners, we have a long overdue recognition here. On June 12, 2010, Spirit Airlines pilots went on strike. This situation caused a group of tourists to find themselves stranded at the Orlando International Airport on June 15th, to be exact, without money to eat or place to stay overnight. On the same day, during a radio interview with a local radio host, Mr. Fernando Negron, I was made aware of the situation. Mr. Negron and I went to the airport to meet with the tourists. While at the airport, I contacted Mrs. Myra Ramos from Red Hills LLC, who in turn contacted some of her friends in the tourism industry to provide assistance to these unfortunate tourists. The angels that responded to the call for help are the following: Ms. Vicki Johnson from Vicki Johnson's Communications, Mr. Richard Jackson from Cocoa Key Water Restored, and Mr. Carlos Montoya from A&B Travel. Mayor, at this time, I'd like you to join me, please, recognizing the citizens that went above and beyond their duties to provide assistance to the tourists. Here we go. If Ms. Vicki Johnson could come up here, please. And Mr. Carlos Montoya, I think Mr. Jackson is not here with us today. Yes, one of them, I was going to say. The recognition reads as follows: to Ms. Vicki Johnson and to Mr. Carlos Montoya, in appreciation and admiration for your selfless commitment to those in need. What we do for ourselves die with us. What we do for others and the world remains and is immortal. Albert Pine.
Okay, today we have a leadership group of 8th graders in attendance from the Central Florida Leadership Academy who are preparing for their transition to high school, and today they had the opportunity to tour City Hall and to learn about local government. And here with them today is a CFLA, so close to CFHLA board member, Clara Walters, who I'm told has recently completed 45 years of service to children in the education system here in Orange County Public Schools. And in her honor, we have marked today as a special day, and by the power invested in me, now therefore, I, Buddy Dyer, Mayor of the City of Orlando, hereby do proclaim Monday, June 4th, 2012, as Dr. Clara Walters Day in the City of Orlando. And I'd invite Dr. Walters up, along with her students, to take a photo. We'll move right into the mayor's update. And commissioners and those in attendance, it gives me great sadness to report that Paul Hay, the chairman of our Mayor's Veterans Advisory Council, passed away on this past Memorial Day, and we attended services in his honor this last Saturday. Paul was a Korean War veteran and served as the chairman of the Advisory Council since 2005. He coordinated the city's annual Veterans Day Parade and was the Grand Marshal in 2010. He helped coordinate and organize activities relating to President's Day, Memorial Day, Flag Day, Armed Forces Day, D-Day, the 4th of July, the POW MIA Recognition Day, Pearl Harbor Day. There was very few times that Paul was not in and around doing something in City Hall just about every week. He didn't have an office here, but he commandeered an entire conference room and had it decorated with memorabilia from the various units of the armed forces, and Paul will certainly be missed. So what I'd like to do is just take a moment and have a moment of silence in honor and memory of Paul Hay. Thank you. Okay, I think the reason we have so many people in chambers today is that we are voting to approve funding for 17 mayor's matching grant projects, and these grants require neighborhood associations, 501c3 organizations, or schools to partner with community organizations and businesses to offer programs that address neighborhood needs, engage our city's youth. So there are 17 very deserving organizations that will be receiving grants here today, or will be voting on grants for them. Would anybody that's involved with an organization that is receiving a Mayor's Neighborhood Grant please stand and let us recognize you guys? Thank you very much. Want to remind everybody that it is officially hurricane season, and now's the time to get prepared. We had our annual tabletop emergency exercise at the EOC with senior staff a couple of weeks ago. That went very well. Hopefully we won't have to put any of those plans into action during the course of the year. But if we do, I want you to know that your city is prepared and the employees of the city are prepared, and we want to make sure that our citizens are prepared. So what you need to do is make sure that you have developed an emergency plan, that you have supplies and a disaster kit, and when a system is approaching, make sure that you are informed and you are in contact with your loved ones to make sure that they are informed and you all know your whereabouts. Here is an exciting piece of news. The Amway Center was just named the 2012 Sports Facility of the Year. We all knew it was a sports facility of the year anyway. It's by Street and Smith Sports Business Journal and Sports Business Daily, which annually recognizes facilities of this type. So to have it recognized is a testament of the vision and, again, the teamwork and partnership in bringing it forth. BFF. Everybody know what that stands for? Nope. Best foot forward. Keeping our residents and our visitors safe is one of the top priorities of your city government, and that includes being able to walk safely on city streets. So last week, the city, in conjunction with a number of community partners, launched the Best Foot Forward Coalition, which is an initiative of Bike Walk Central Florida to make streets safer for walkers and for drivers. So this coalition is going to be focusing on using low-cost engineering, community education, and high-visibility enforcement. So obey those rules. Items of note quickly on the consent agenda this afternoon. We will be giving a business assistance program application will be presented for approval for High Tide Harry's, a casual seafood restaurant located in which district, Commissioner Ortiz? District 2.
Exactly.
While High Tide Harry's has been in our community for many years, it has recently moved into the city of Orlando, and the Business Assistance Program helps to offset permit and impact fees. And Mike Heretic, president of High Tide Harry's, is with us today. Mike, would you stand and be recognized? And the other item that I want to take note of is the item related to the demolition of the Amway Center. We had the big implosion, and then it takes a little while to finish all of the demolition off, and we have removed 5 million pounds of steel from the site. Think about that, 5 million pounds. 70% of the materials that have been removed have been recycled, and we are continuing to pursue the greenest way possible with this demolition, and we have an amendment that will take us to the stage 2 portion of the demolition today. With that, let's move to the consent agenda, and the consent agenda is a number of items that are acted upon through a single vote of council. We give each of the commissioners an opportunity to comment on the consent agenda items or update you on items from their district. We rotate the order in which the commissioners have the opportunity to comment, and today we'll begin with District 6 Commissioner Ings.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to also express my condolences to the family of Paul Hay. Paul was a great guy, and he certainly was a part of the city of Orlando, even as a volunteer, so he was really committed to making the veterans feel a part of the city, and he's to be commended, so my condolences to the family. And then also congratulations to you too, Mayor Dyer, and Commissioner Jim Gray, Commissioner Tony Ortiz, and Commissioner Patty Sheehan on your swearing in. And obviously we talked about unity, and this is a great city council. I've said that from the beginning, and we're continuing to move the city forward in a great way. And on the agenda itself, item B5, I did get some answers to B5, but I do have some other questions too that needed to be answered, but we'll deal with that. And also on B9, the in-car mobile vision video camera system for the police department. Chief Rooney, this is a great opportunity for us to equip our officers and keep our officers safe, and to also protect the public. And this is a great opportunity, too, to capture any evidence for prosecuting the criminal that's out there. So this is a win-win situation for us with these in-car cameras. And Chief Rooney, I know that your plan is to equip all of the cars in the future with that, and so we hope that there is some grant funding available for that. And I know Commissioner Lynham, since I've been on this council, has been advocating for the in-car camera systems for our police officers. So this is a great thing. And then item J2 referenced the board meeting minutes of the Greater Orlando Aviation Authority. I'd like to congratulate Frank Krupenbacher, who was elected chair of the board for the Greater Orlando Aviation Authority. And then in the community, specifically on Friday, May 11th, my aide, Cynthia Wilson, represented me at Rolling Hills Elementary School. They celebrated their 50th anniversary, and they had the unveiling of their time capsule, which was placed at the school in 1987. and Principal Lakeisha J. Miller officiated the event. Elected officials that were there were City Commissioner Robert Stewart, City of Orlando District 3, State Senator Gary Siplin and his wife Victoria, County Commissioner Fred Brummer, and the time capsule with all of the memorabilia for the year of 1987. They pull out a popular movie, which was The Princess Bride, and the game Pokemon. And so students from first to sixth grade wrote memoirs of their typical school day. So it was a great event. And then also on Saturday, May 26th, I had the opportunity to attend the Florida Vietnamese American Memorial Committee's Vietnam War Memorial groundbreaking ceremony that was held at Orlando Veterans Memorial Park. Commissioner Stewart's district, he was present along with Commissioner Patty Sheehan that presented the proclamation from the city. Thank you, Dave Arnott, who's representing the mayor of Orlando, being there, and John Perrone from the Parks Division manager was also there. And then on Wednesday, May 30th, I attended the groundbreaking of the Second Harvest new facility. And their new facility is the Morgan & Morgan, PA Hunger Relief Center at Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida. And this event was very well attended. Commissioner Robert Stewart was there on hand also, and he conducted the prayer. But in this campaign to raise more funds for this particular project, John and Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan donated $2 million towards this effort. And so that's why the center is named Morgan & Morgan PA Hunger Relief Center at Second Harvest Food Bank. $750,000 was promised by Darden Restaurant, $500,000 from Walt Disney World, and $250,000 from Dr. Phillips Foundation and Hubbard. So this was a great event. And on Thursday, May 31st, I attended the Jones High School commencement exercise for the class of 2012, and I'd like to share that the principal, Valerie Maxwell, is the sister to our Chief Circuit Judge, Belvin Perry, and school board member Kat Gordon was on hand, as well as the new superintendent, Orange County Public Schools Superintendent Barbara Jenkins. Our very own Byron Brooks, the Chief Administrative Officer for the City of Orlando, had a daughter, Imani Brooks, who graduated out of this class, as well as Brenda Clark, who works at the L. Claudia Allen Center here in the City of Orlando. She had a daughter, Nisha Clark, that also graduated, and both are headed to college, and they've already been accepted for college. And then on Saturday, June 2nd, at the L. Claudia Allen Center, there was the senior prom. This was a great success. There was a great turnout. The theme was Soul Train, celebrating the hippest trip in America. The seniors danced to music from the 60s and 70s. And as you know, Mayor, this is a way of exercise for our seniors, too, so trying to keep them physically fit. Awards were given to the best dressed and the best dancers. The senior prom was orchestrated by the L. Claudia Allen Advisory Center, Advisory Council, and Mr. George Jordan is its chairperson. I'd like to invite you to come out Saturday, June 16th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Dr. James R. Smith Center. We will be having an event called Juneteenth, and this is honoring our history. This event is a community event for the whole family. We're going to have free food and entertainment, so please come out. Those that need more information, just contact my office. Then I'd also like to announce the Standing Ovation Talent Group. They're going to be having their 15th annual dance recital, and this will be Saturday, June 16th at 3 p.m. It's going to be at the First Baptist Church of Orlando. They're at John Young and Bruton Boulevard, so all are asked to come out and support Terry Burns, with her program. This is a fantastic program. It provides opportunity for our young children and also our seniors. So please come out and support the 15th annual dance recital for the young people. And also Terry Burns gives out scholarships, and Nisha Clark is one of her dancers and been with her for several years, and she will be receiving a scholarship too from this organization. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner. Just before I move on to Commissioner Gray, I had about 3 pages of remarks on the demolition, and I forgot to mention to Commissioners, in front of you, in front of each of you, is a piece of steel from the old Amway Arena. So that is a memento for you to keep as a reminder of the memories that you may have had. And as Commissioner Sheehan just found out, that is very dense steel. It weighs about 500 pounds per linear foot, and you would be very surprised just how heavy each piece of that steel is, but that's a memento for each of you. Sorry, Commissioner Gray, we'll move on to your opening remarks.
Thank you for the clarification. As a new guy, I thought maybe that was to keep people in order, but no, I guess not. Thank you. Being on the job for a grand total of 3 days, I'll keep my comments to about 30 minutes. But really, I have nothing to say other than, I would like to publicly thank the mayor, my partners on the council, and all of the staff at City Hall. We truly have some very dedicated, energetic folks here. And I'm a big fan and honored to be here. So I look forward to serving, and I'll reserve my time for the next go-around.
Thanks, Commissioner. Move to Commissioner Ortiz, District 2.
I'll take his time on my time. I got you. Well, let me start with congratulations, Mayor, Commissioner Ames, Commissioner Sheehan, Commissioner Gray. We had a great ceremony this past Friday, and I know families and friends, they enjoyed it, and those of you that were there, I'm pretty sure you enjoyed it. And if you haven't, look at it at, YouTube. Go and look at City of Orlando Oath of Office. It was pretty entertaining. So, on the other hand, on a sad note, let me go ahead and express my sincere condolences to Mrs. Donna Hay, their kids, their children, and family for the loss of a good friend. Indeed, Paul was he was a total different character. He was a great man. He was an officer and a gentleman, by all means. So we're going to miss him greatly. Continuing on May 19th, I co-sponsor, along with the Orange County Healthy Start program, a community baby shower at the Dover Shores Community Center. A baby shower, ladies and gentlemen. More than 100 expectant mothers attended this event with their husbands and children. It was a beautiful experience thanks to Ms. Shaliana Eubanks, who is a program coordinator for putting together this great event. It was basically a health fair, but it was pretty entertaining to see all these mothers getting ready to give birth, and it was very humbling, very nurturing too. So thank you, Ms. Eubank, for putting such a great event together. On the same day, I attended the Orlando Baptist Church grand opening of their football field. You see, our Orlando Baptist Church happened to be the only high school that we had at the district until June 1st. Now we're going to have another one, but up until that point, it was the only high school we had because Colonial is in the county. So it's with great pride that we received this new football field that we have, and we had a blast on that particular day. I want to thank our staff for helping them put this package together at such a short notice, and they did a great job. Everybody here came together working for the community, and you should see the faces of the family and friends and those kids playing out there. They're pretty tenacious. So whenever you get a chance, please stop by to watch them play. On Sunday, May 27th, I also attended the Orlando Baptist Church annual Heroes Service dedicated to all the armed forces and law enforcement personnel. Once again, a great experience. Pastor Dave Jennings, he does such a great job, and he has such a way with words, doesn't he? Great message. This particular Sunday was about reflecting the light unto others. we always want the credit for everything, and very seldomly we turn around and tell people, hey, you did a great job. And that's so important, and I think we need to do that so very often. Last Friday, the children from the Jackson Middle School After School All-Stars program won an all-sports trophy for finalizing among the top 3 places in flag football, baseball, volleyball, and basketball. And the average of these players' cumulative GPA is a 3.18. Great achievement. My congratulations to all of them. I'm very proud of these kids. Once again, District 2 rising to the top and setting up new bars. We still have more. So, along those lines, let me go ahead and acknowledge some of our team members. Azalea Park team members here, our stars. Mr. Earl Lugo, who's here. He's here for something else, but I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity since we're talking about District 2. Mr. Chris Manley, Ms. Susan Wilcox, and I believe that's your son, right, Earl? Is there. So will you please stand up for people to see you? These guys are the leaders, directors of our Azalea Park Little League. So Commissioner Stewart, look at this guy's faces very well, okay?
I'll see him Friday night.
There you go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. As I previously mentioned last week, City District 2 team, our liaison officer Eddie Rosado, and my aide Ana Cruz, and I work out at the Park of the Americas office. We had a soft opening at the Park of the Americas, and now we have an office we're going to be working from on Thursdays, I believe on Thursdays, to be more accessible to the district to the citizens, not the commissioners, the citizens in the district. So for those of you that are listening or watching this on TV, you'll know that now you'll have your commissioner coming to the district to work from an office in the district so you don't have to come all the way down to downtown. I want to congratulate Mr. Frank Kroppenbacher on his new appointed position as chairman of Greater Orlando Aviation Authority. Congratulations. On item C8, I want to congratulate our High Tide Harris once again. District 2 rising to the top once again. I tell you what, things are really happening in District 2. We have great restaurants. We have this revitalization coming up, and so people come and visit so you'll see what's going on. And, you can take ideas back to your old district. Yes, you're welcome to do that. So, anyhow, I'm just being a little proud of my district, so let me enjoy this for a second. That's all I have, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll move to District 3. Commissioner Stewart.
Thank you, Mayor. Let me also extend my condolences to Donna and her family on Paul Hay. Paul is a wonderful man and just solely dedicated to veterans in our community. Mayor, it's a good appointment that you made in that position. I couldn't imagine anybody else doing a much better job. Thank you for your comments at the funeral. Commissioner Sheehan, I had an opportunity to be there and represent the city as well, and it's just a lot of people are going to miss him in this community. Let me also pass along my condolences to Brian Kubaba. Mayor, I appreciate you taking the opportunity to recognize one of our former staff members, Katie Kubaba. She passed away as a result of cancer, and appreciate you taking the time to do a proclamation in her honor as well. She'll be sorely missed by our community and by our city. As a wonderful example of the type of people that we have around the city of Orlando. Welcome to Commissioner Gray, and congratulations to Commissioner Ortiz and Commissioner Sheehan, Commissioner Ings, and of course you, Mayor. I thought last Friday was a wonderful celebration of our city, and I thought it was well done, and I appreciate the work you and the staff are going through to showcase the things that we have accomplished and the direction we want to go. So thank you very much for that. I did have an opportunity to welcome the members of the Vietnam War Memorial Group at the Orlando Veterans Park. Commissioner Sheehan and I were there, and I appreciate so much Commissioner Sheehan reading the proclamation. We've done a lot of work in that area, and Dave, I want to tell you how much I appreciate your special work. Dave Arnott did a yeoman's job in helping coordinate this process, and it just was a wonderful day of celebration over there. A few days later, I had a chance to read a little bit about what President Obama said about the Vietnam veterans, and the quote he used was that we called the those returned from Vietnam a lot of things, but we never called them patriots. And for people who fought on behalf of our country, they deserve that recognition. This is the one way our city can do that, and I appreciate that, Mayor. A couple of announcements let me cover with you tonight. The College Park Neighborhood Association will be meeting. Tomorrow evening, thanks to Paul Rooney, Chief Rooney, thank you very much, we'll be conducting a special neighborhood crime update for College Park at Edgewater High School. If you're listening, please come over at 7 o'clock. We expect a pretty big crowd, so come a little early so we can get started on time, and we'll have plenty of time for questions and answers as it's over. The DeBardlo Development, the company who last year acquired the retail and residential components of the mixed-use Mills Park project, is hosting a public meeting on Monday, June 11th at 6 p.m. at Lock Haven Neighborhood Center to discuss the timetable for their plans and the construction of the Mills Park project. So those are in the area. You've gotten some information from me and from the community to attend, so please plan on attending. You get a chance to see where we're going in that project. We're excited about that project getting off the ground. Don't forget, on Father's Day, June 17th, all dads come to get into Lou Gardens for free. So please get a chance to come and enjoy our gorgeous Lou Gardens. And if you haven't already, please sign up for this year's National Night Out. It's our 29th annual National Night Out, taking place on Tuesday, August 7th. This year's theme is called Celebrating Safe Communities. And it's a great way to get to know your neighbors, have the city pay for a block party, and you can have a lot of fun celebrating a safe community. If you want more information, please go to cityoforlando.net/police. Now, as to a couple of things on the agenda, let me share a couple of things briefly. A5 today will be celebrating, or we should be probably, I like to use that word, people who commit to our community to serve, and so I'll mention two from District 3. Brendan Laughlin will be joining the Citizens Police Review Board, and Kyle Simon will be joining the Manello Museum. I mention these and get a chance to encourage those because the work that they do is our work, and it's the work of our city. And cities, as you have heard me say before, are different and special. It's what we want to make them, and this is how you get involved, and I want to celebrate their involvement. The Mayor's Matching Grant, two of them that were in the District 3 is the Conway Falcons. Thank y'all very much. And King Solomon Foundation. Thank y'all very much for what you're doing. And, of course, on B9 today, we have the in-car video camera systems. I want to just appreciate so much, Chief Rooney, the work that you're doing. But more importantly, every time this type of thing happens, we remind our citizens that these are things that we went and got the funding for. It's not coming out of our general revenue, and we're getting a chance to enjoy the benefit of that. So we want to do it faster. We want more of them to get them, but the good news is that we're doing this in a way that's saving the city money, so I appreciate that. And then I'll close with this. Memorial Day was a wonderful opportunity for us to share about the lives of those who have sacrificed for our country, and we had an opportunity to do that over at Greenwood Cemetery. And special thanks to Don Price and the work that he's done in support of the American Legion Post-19. I had an opportunity again to share a little bit about some of my devotion to our veterans, and Don does a wonderful job over there making that happen. So I appreciate so much his work and the chance to kind of love on the veterans a little bit. So, and that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll move on to District 4. Commissioner Sheehan.
Well, thank you, Mayor, and I'd also like to welcome Commissioner Gray and congratulate Commissioner Ortiz and Ings and Mayor Dyer on your reelection. It was a tremendous loss of Paul Hay, and he was a real character and a lot of fun. And he always used to call me young lady and chase me around the communications office, and I will miss him very much. He was a delight. So, condolences to Don and the family. On item A6 on the Mayor's Neighborhood Matching Grants, I want to recognize the Central Florida Leadership Academy. They're here today for the Urban Teens Empowerment Program. Looking forward to working with you on that. And also South Street Ministries for their reading programs. These are great investments that we're making in our community. On item C15, the Orlando Health Amtrak Sunrail Impact Fee actually investment for the quiet zones. I want to thank them for that, and that's going to be a wonderful thing moving forward for transportation in our area. And very happy to see the Creative Village development stay under budget, and we're going to be able to do the entire project for that $2 million. Congratulations, Commissioner Lineham. And on item D1, I want to thank FPR for their support of the Boone Braves rowing program. And that's all I had, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and we'll move finally to District 5, Commissioner Lineham.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I want to congratulate all of you who were sworn in on Friday, so you know who you were. And, of course, express my condolences to Paul Hay's family. He was a city fixture, and we always miss people who do good things. So he will be sorely missed. We were talking about the old arena. I was able to purchase 2 signs for $4 each, and so I didn't really need this heavy thing except to knock somebody out who come messing with me or something on it. Just, you can't even lift it up.
Could be a good doorstop.
Yes, it is. It reminds me of the old irons that our parents, my parents used, and then when it was all done with the electricity, we just used it as a doorstop. So it's a great, great item. But congratulations, Jim, especially because he is new, and if you need any help, Jim, post a meeting.
Thank you.
I'm the oldest up here, so I will guide you right.
You meant longest serving, right?
Thank you. It's called maturity. Well, you know what you said about the age thing. That's right. Sorry about that. For the young guys who are looking and checking it out. So, I do want to announce that the Men's Health Summit, African American Men Health Summit, is a very important event, and those of you who can join us on June 16th at the Convention Center, please come out. This summit has saved so many lives, and I'm thinking of one of our who's retired, Dooley, who went to one of the meetings and discovered he had prostate cancer and was treated just in time. So I need you to know good things happen. If you're concerned about your health and other items, there's also a youth component at the Convention Center on June 16th, the day before Father's Day. Also, it may not be too late to register for the Florida Citrus Sports Summer Camp. It is the best camp you can enroll your children in. It is a phenomenal camp that is run by the Citrus Sports staff at the Citrus Bowl. So if you're interested, please check that out. Also, I want to announce for those not-for-profits who do work for reentry programs. I heard this morning, and it may be online, I think it is, maybe it came out even before this morning, that there is a $20.23 million grant available for faith-based, not-for-profits, et cetera, who are working with ex-felons for reentry into the workforce, and that's providing social services to get everyone up and ready. I've already called Larry Williams. I can't remember the name of his program, but if anyone is having a ministry or service such as this, please go online and look for it. I think it's coming through the Department of Labor. Just an announcement to make sure we can access that. And congratulations to all the matching grant winners in the neighborhoods. I know years ago we used to be invited as a commissioner to the kickoff, the beginning of each season, and of course to the ending program where we look at the beginning and the ending results of the program, the successes. And I know for the last few years I have not gotten but one invitation. So I'm hoping that there is a kickoff and there is an ending. So if those in District 5, I certainly would appreciate trying to keep an eye on some of these things, but I can't do it if you don't let me know when you're kicking off and ending. So congratulations still. I do want to also say congratulations regarding our in-car video cameras. I do know Chief had talked to me also about lapel cameras, and all of these are purchased through grants. But the level of security and safety really can pump us up to our general budget. This takes a little money, but for our protection, for our security and the security of our visitors and our residents, and for the officers, this is important. I think we need to move it up on our priority list. And I know Chief Rooney really committed himself to that as he was being sworn in. I think that's the first thing I asked him. And thank you, but this is grant money, so we've got to find a way to get more of these cameras in more cars. Out of 400 and some cars, we may only have them in 20. So to make us all feel good, we really need it in each one. Every OPD car needs it. And, of course, to continue our RS cameras so that we can also feel secure in that way. On agenda, a number of agenda items were very, very good, but man, on is it 8 or 9? We have interns in our attorney's office, and jobs are hard to come by for young people, but especially coming out of law school, coming through law school. It is at FAMU Law School and other law schools, Barry. I just, how many do we have? I can't remember.
It depends on how much money you get from the Florida Bar.
Well, the thing is, it's important, and I appreciate that, to bring the kids and young people into the city, because it's an opportunity to know about municipal governance. And the interesting thing about municipal governance, many people just don't get it. And so to introduce them to it early on pleases me. Also, I forgot another announcement. June 24th, that's an agenda item D4, is Caribbean American Heritage Month Festival. So when we have special recognitions and special opportunities, I'd like to announce them when we can. Thank you, Mayor, and I think that's it.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Lineham, second by Commissioner Sheehan. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? So the motion carries. All right, students from the Central Florida Leadership Academy, I can't remember if I told you at the beginning that there's a quiz, so if you'll take out your pad, no, I'm just kidding. Just making sure you're all awake over there and interested in what's going on. Okay, let's recess without objection, recess the City Council meeting, convene the CRA meeting, and there's only one item, and it relates to the Paramore BRT funding, and we just approved that as a City Council on consent agenda, so is there a motion to
Move
approve?
approval.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Lineham, second by Commissioner Sheehan to approve it as the CRA. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, so the motion carries. We'll adjourn the CRA meeting. We will, without objection, we will convene the Neighborhood Improvement District meeting. The only item on the agenda is accepting meeting minutes from the Advisory Council meeting of May 11, 2012. Is there a motion to accept those minutes?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Ortiz. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. We'll adjourn the NID meeting. We will reconvene the City Council meeting. We will move to new business, and we are now up for the election of our 2 mayors pro tem for a one-year term beginning today and running through June of next year. Is there a motion on Mayor Pro Tem 1?
Can I ask who it is?
Mayor, I move Commissioner Lineham for Mayor Pro Tem 1.
It's a
Second.
process.
No, second.
I was just going to ask who was the rotation.
That is the
Apparently it is.
rotation.
Okay.
I think if we stick with the process that you have been using, it is you and then Commissioner Ings
Okay.
as the
Okay.
second.
Super.
So we'll do them one at a time. So there's a motion and a second. I don't guess we really need to close nominations. We'll just vote, right? All in favor of Commissioner Lineham as pro tem number 1 indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, I'll take a motion for Mayor Pro Tem 2.
So moved. Oh, I'm sorry.
Second.
I move Commissioner Ings for Mayor Pro Tem 2.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Stewart, second by Commissioner Sheehan. All in favor of Commissioner Ings as Mayor Pro Tem 2 indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Congratulations, Mayor Pro Tem Lineham and Mayor Pro Tem Ings.
Thank you, Mayor.
Let's move to hearing. Let's see, we only have one, so the first hearing, you want to read that, Madam Clerk?
This is approving the Second Amendment to the Fourth Amended and Restated Development Order for Lake Nona Development of Regional Impact.
Okay. Commissioner Gray, it is appropriate that if the item relates to something in your district, we give you the opportunity to move that item. So,
Thank you. Motion for approval.
is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Gray, second by Commissioner Sheehan. Let's open it for public testimony. Is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on this matter? If not, we'll close the hearing. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Ordinances first read, Madam Clerk.
An ordinance of the City of Orlando, Florida, amending the Planned Development Zoning District regulations for the Lake Nona Planned Development, generally located north of the Orange-Osceola County line, south of Dowden Road, east of Boggy Creek Road, and west of Narcoossee Road, and comprised of 6,900 acres, more or less, amending the Planned Development District's development standards, site plans, and conditions of development, directing amendment of the official zoning map series, providing for severability, correction of Scrivener's errors, and an effective date.
Gray.
Motion for approval.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Gray, second by Commissioner Lineman. Is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on this matter? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries. That concludes the official business of the council today. Thank you for tuning in or being present here in council chambers. Ed is back.